I never thought I would make a video like this because something like this isn't something that I should have to explain, but you got dinguses like this feller and these fellers that are just incapable of being genuine or sincere. Or if not that, and they are being genuine and sincere, then they're just stupid and they're spreading a bunch of retardation because they're retarded themselves. Now, what is a statistic? Statistics, the practice or science of collecting and analyzing numerical data in large, especially for the purpose of inferring properties in a whole from those in a representative sample. A fact or piece of data from a study of a large quantity of numerical data. An event or person suggested as no more than a piece of data used to suggest an appropriately impersonal approach. Now, with the dictionary definitions, you can infer that the first two are how people are usually applying the definitions, but the third one people tend to overlook. The third one has a negative connotation to it, and most statistics are being used in the manner that the third one is applicable. When you use statistics, there's a lot of different caveats, and one thing that you should never be trying to do is use a statistic to push your agenda or to justify your ideas, especially if you yourself don't understand the study that was conducted to bring about this statistic, or if you don't understand how the statistic or what the statistic was used for. So, if you're playing a first-person shooter and you determine from all of the information collected on the game, the servers extracted the data from each person's account, and we determined that the average KD for everyone combined is a 1. Are you going to continue forward by saying that every single person has a 1 KD when obviously there's people who are outliers and obviously the statistic is an average? If you continue forward denying the people who are outliers of being outliers, then your statistic would have been completely different from the start if you deny that those people are different. Now, not only in this sense do a lot of people operate. Let's talk about other statistics. For example, there's a study that was conducted in like the 90s, and they found that on average, between each race, that they just ordered them on who has the highest IQs. Now, I don't even need to tell you the results because you could make inferences and not actually divulge the information. We could speak about it without speaking on it. So, for example, let's say that white people scored higher than black people. On average, white people have higher IQs than black people. Now, within the confines of the the only white people, do you think that means that every single person out of the white people that were tested has the same IQ? Do you think that every single person in the black group has the same IQ? Now, when we get the average of the group, and then we take 2 individuals from each group, the statistics would imply that, if you were just an idiot, a dunce, you would start to think that every time you get a white person from their group and put them against the black person, that the white person would come out with the higher IQ. But that's not actually how it works. That's how people who don't understand statistics work. It's so sad because a lot of people just take things and run. Like they don't even bother to actually hear people out, or not even hear people out. They don't even bother to think for themselves. They just regurgitate nonsense. And you saw that displayed when Nick Fuentes and Sneeko were talking. Like Nick literally had to be the one to tell Sneeko that that's not how it actually worked, because Sneeko was ready to just take it and run with it because he's an ignorant little man. Now I'm going to show you two polls. Let's talk about the implications of these polls. So first of all, you can't really gather a statistic based on opinion. You can, but it has to be you have to distinguish that you're talking about opinion. So your final statement would be, say everyone picked summer. You would say that the majority of people have the opinion that summer is the best season, but you wouldn't be able to say summer is the best season. And then this one, I don't even know. This isn't a fucking statistic. This is just a poll based on someone's YouTube channel. So you have to think about the target group, and then also, I would say, how the information is gathered. If it's something like a website where they go and they fill it out, how many people went and filled it out multiple times? How many people weren't even being sincere when they did it and they were just trying their best to speed through it? You know for a fact that there are people who will just troll and they'll put random ass BS just to fuck with the whole entire study. It's just a part of human nature. And so I need you guys to read these definitions all again for yourselves, and actually apply what I talked about in this video, because you don't want to end up like Sneeko and be like a little puppy being led along but not realize that you were actually being walked onto a 16-lane highway where you were going to be abandoned, and your owner was hoping that you were going to get ran over. And that's the end of this video. Leave a like and subscribe. Peace the fuck out.